Hello and welcome to our webinar on closing your referral gap. This is going to be a little different kind of webinar for us in that we're going to be talking about our Referral Coach Academy, kind of a blatant promotion, if you will. Hopefully you'll find some value in this, and if you're interested, wonderful. We'd love to have you join me in the Referral Coach Academy. I want to set this up in the right way. I want to give you an idea of why we got this going in the first place, and I think this will probably shed some insight on your own referral situation. If you've heard me speak before or attended webinars in the past, some of this will be a little bit familiar to you, but you know it's a very important thing. That's why you're here today. So the agenda for our brief call is we're going to define and quantify your referral gap. I'm wondering if you've ever taken the time to quantify the gap that everybody has around referrals, where they are, where they'd like to be. Then I'm going to introduce you to Referral Coach Academy. I can guarantee you've never seen anything like this before. We're going to review the very modest investment and a reduction in membership that we have for you as part of this program, and then we're going to answer any questions that you might have. So hang in there. You can also submit questions with digitally in the panel there. So I'll have keep an eye out for that from time to time, see if any digital questions come in. So you already know the benefits of working through referrals, right? Personal introductions. You know it's easier to reach people. It cuts through the noise, especially when you turn that referral into an introduction. You start out a higher level of trust, so everything gets easier, doesn't it? The sales cycle is quite often shorter. Average client, usually larger case size, more likely to follow your recommendations. Why? Because you come in at a higher level of trust. And referrals beget referrals. Studies have shown that a client that comes into a business through referral is 2.5 times more likely to give referrals. And then, of course, more enjoyable. It's the most enjoyable way to build your business. More clients, more easily. It's everything we know. You know that, right? So what's possible for you? What's the upside? I have a little arithmetic. Don't worry. It's pretty easy. If I can do it, you can do it. And I want you to think through this. If you have a piece of paper, pen handy, write this down, and then maybe work through it even further after we're done. So how much money do you make with a new client? Is it $500? Is it $1,000? Is it $10,000? Everybody's business model in this industry is a little bit different, but you know what you make from making the sale of a life insurance product, from doing a financial plan, from bringing someone's investments in. Whatever the model looks like, you know what you make from that, right? And then how much do you make over the lifetime of that client? Have you ever thought through that? A lot of people have never done that. And as you know, it could be a substantial amount of money, right? The lifetime value of a client can be quite substantial. All right, so take those numbers, and then how many referral clients did you acquire last year? And how many clients through referrals did you acquire over the last 12 months, let's say? 2, 5, 10, 20? Again, everybody's number is different. Everyone has different standards. Your business model will dictate to some degree that number, the types of clients you're trying to reach. More affluent, wealthier clients, usually fewer, but worth a lot more, of course. So what is that number? And then multiply that number times the lifetime value of a client, and that's the money you earned through referrals over the past 12 months through these referral clients. Now, what if you could double, triple, even quadruple your clients' referrals in 1 year? How much would that add to your income? Pretty substantial, huh? And what would you do with that additional income? House payment, college education, new car, new set of golf clubs, plus a lot of balls. What would it be? Now we're quantifying this gap there, this potential for you, that if you could just be a little bit more proactive in the right way, you can tap into this quite easily. Let me give you a few very specific examples. Lee Miles in Jackson, Mississippi says, Kate's referral system exposed a weakness in my practice. I wasn't fully tapping into my book of business. I was missing so much opportunity right under my nose. I'm using Bill's VIPS method, and it's working. Just last week, I used it to add $12,000 in commissions I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Right? We know the system works. We know the process works. And here's a beautiful thing. You don't have to work the entire process or system to start getting results. You could just do pieces of it. Sal Cohen, 3 months after learning your system, I've obtained more referrals from new and existing clients than I had in many previous years in business. I've taken back control of my activity and my business, and I'm enjoying the business more than I have in years, right? So we know this works, right? We know it works. We know the value of referrals. So what's going on, right? What stops people? Why is the gap here in the first place, right? What does it look like? Maybe you're not acquiring enough clients. Maybe it's not the right clients, right? You're looking for that quality over quantity. Are you getting referrals without asking, right? Everyone on this webinar, myself included, should be getting referrals without asking. If we're not, something's missing. Do you have a specific process? And if you do, are you confident in using the process, right? Keyword, confidence, right? Have you become addicted to leads or other less productive methods? We know that leads are a recipe for mediocrity in this business, and yet some people, very smart, bright people, kind of get addicted to those things, right? If you're a veteran, perhaps, have you hit a plateau of production for client acquisition, right? And then what's it costing you, right? We've already talked about the missed opportunity, but in some cases, there's actual out-of-pocket costs for this referral gap, right? Buying leads again, right? Which are, I can tell you one thing, leads are not going to become more plentiful, and they're certainly not going to become less expensive, and in most cases, they're not going to be any better than what you're getting now, right? Seminars used to be a tremendously viable tool in this business, still is to some degree for some people, but certainly a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy. Event marketing, I'm a big believer in event marketing. Again, certainly some money to be invested here, yet I do agree, but there is a cost to it, right? If you're doing any kind of advertising, you know, that's pretty much throwing money down the drain. Direct mail is pretty hard to stand out, and we all know the wonderful pleasure it is standing in a booth at a community event or community show, you know, whatever it is that you might be doing. We know the wonderful opportunity that is, and of course, cold calling, which is God's punishment for failure to get enough referrals. So what is your cost per opportunity for referrals? In fact, I hope you've measured your cost per opportunity. I hope you know what it costs to get in front of a prospect, because, you know, if you don't know, how are you going to manage that process? And I hope you know what it costs to turn that prospect into a client. But what does it cost per opportunity for a referral? Well, how about zero? How about maybe a small thank you gift? Maybe meeting someone for lunch? But we know that the cost of opportunity approaches zero. And so what we're talking about is increasing your revenues and decreasing your marketing expenses at the same time. I think that's called profitability, profitability for your business. So let's make sure we maximize the profitability of your time, of your money. And then, you know, let's be honest. Why do people have this gap? Why is this gap here? Be honest for yourself. Maybe you just feel more comfortable serving your clients. Maybe that's what it is. It's just that comfort zone of service. And that's fine. We all get to that place. Maybe you don't want to look salesy. I got an email from a guy not too long ago that says, Bill, how do I become proactive without looking like that cheesy referral guy? Right? I don't want you to look like that, so that's why we develop processes so you won't look like that. Again, addicted to leads. We keep coming back to that, right? Maybe referrals aren't part of your marketing plan. Maybe you're not looking at your marketing plan. Perhaps, I know a lot of people, they do their marketing plan at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, and then it just goes in the file. The bottom line is, for so many people, referrals are an afterthought. It's kind of icing on the cake, and I'm here to tell you, especially in financial services, it is the cake, right? This is how people want to meet you. You want to build a business based on how your prospects want to meet you. It's their path of least resistance to you. We shouldn't build a business based on our path of least resistance. We should build a business based on our prospects' path of least resistance, and that's what referrals and personal introductions are. So, all right, so now we're going to be very honest here, very candid. What keeps most financial professionals from closing their referral gap and hitting it out of the park with referrals and personal introductions? Well, it's the F word, fear. No question about it. Every reason I've ever heard is fear-based. Okay, maybe you don't want to call it fear, fine. Call it lack of confidence, because those are two sides of the same thing, right? It's, if we don't feel confident about something, if we don't have a process that we feel confident with, what do we feel? Well, fear, doubt. uncertainty, certainly lack of action. Right? So what's the key here, right? How do we get past this? How do we get it to a place of confidence? And this is something I've been working on forever. I'm always frustrated by seeing people. I'm excited by seeing people do what I teach them, right? Show them the way to do this, and they discover it for themselves. And yet, so many people don't. They don't take that action. So finally, I've created a system that actually creates sustained results, right? See, this is the way you learn something if you really want it to stick. And I don't care whether it's referrals or whether it's product knowledge or whether it's a sport like golf or tennis or a musical instrument. This is what it takes to learn something and actually become part of your life. Well, you learn it, okay? So here's a learning, a webinar, a seminar, a speech, reading one of my books. That's a learning. That's great, but it's only the first part. Then practice. You have to start putting it into action, right? Anything that people get really good at, usually there's practice. Now, you have a choice. You can practice in front of prospects and clients, or you can practice on your own or with a colleague, which is what I highly recommend. And then, of course, you have to take action and maybe get a little coaching, adjust. The coaching from yourself, coaching from a manager, coaching from a colleague, coaching from someone like me, right? You learn, you practice, you take action, you coach, but it's not over, right? Creating a system that creates sustained results means you learn a little more and you practice a little more and you take a little more action, you get a little more coaching and you learn a little more and you practice a little more, et cetera, et cetera. It's an ongoing thing. And what we're trying to do here, my whole mission in my business, is to help you go from TW to TC, right? That's what you want to do, don't you? Oh, TW, total wimp, right? We want to take you from total wimp to total confidence. Now, my guess is you're not a total wimp in referrals, right? We're having a little fun here. Certainly, my system is not for total wimps because there is a certain amount of action that needs to be taken to make this work. But we've developed a process that will give you ongoing learning, practice, action, and coaching, and it cycles and cycles and cycles. And that's the system that I want to talk to you about. Robin Wolf. I've been very successful using your referral methods. In the last month, I received 12 qualified referrals, and I've already set 7 appointments, having so much fun with this, right? Garrett Williams in Fort Wayne said, just yesterday I used Bill's VIPS method, generated over 5 referrals inside a family, fast, easy business. I'm helping these people, and I'm gaining business I wouldn't have gotten without this process. We know it works. So what we need to do is get this process in your hands and build your confidence around this, right? Training that builds sustained confidence. Well, enter the Referral Coach Academy. And I'm going to take you behind the curtain and show you this a little bit. I guarantee you've never seen anything like this before. But let me give you a glimpse of where we're headed with this, right? So it's an opportunity for, on-demand training, coaching, 24/7. This is what the training center looks like when you log on, I should say. Proven strategies and tactics. We know it works. We'll show you a little more of this as we go. Role plays, vignettes, demonstrations, showing you so you can find your own words, and scripts, all kinds of scripts to help you find your own words, not to memorize the scripts, but for you to feel comfortable finding your own words, tracking your own behavior that creates results. One of the things we recommend is finding a colleague, finding a referral buddy. And then one of the things you can do with this little tracking form is you can, for a month or two as you're trying to engage and develop new habits, is you track your activity and you hold each other accountable and you celebrate your successes. And so we have a built-in form for that. And I'm with you all along the way. Not only is there coaching built into the system, as you go down a certain path and answer a certain question, I bring in different knowledge, and we have a Talk to Bill feature that allows you to ask me questions, and I get a few questions every day. I love answering. We're posting the questions inside the academy, so you can see what other questions people are asking, and you're joining me in a journey to make this work. So what I want to do now is just very quickly, just a couple minutes, show you inside the academy. And to do that, I need to, excuse me one second, I should have had this pulled up. I need to log on to the internet. There we go. So that's what it looks like when you log in. Pretty simple thing. And this is what the training center looks like. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of the video-based lessons, the interactive video-based lessons. There's a little bit of delay using this technology, but I think you'll get a pretty good idea. So as we step into the, oh, by the way, this light pad up here, you see it has 4 messages. I will send you messages from time to time letting you know new content has been posted onto the site. If you're a manager and you're looking to maybe bring this to a lot of people, then you can send your folks messages through that as well. Then we go on to the training center, and the main program, the main training is in this section right here, and we have 3 main courses at this moment. Little introductory email there, and then you can see we have a success guide, we have field work, which is action steps. This is all about you learning, taking action, keeping score on that action, right? What you measure you can manage. Keeping the score raises the score. And even give you an action plan of when you take this, where do you start, where do you go, how do you make sure you maximize your results. You can mark certain lessons as favorites if you want, so you can watch them again, share them with your referral buddy, etc. So what I want to do now is go into the course on asking for referrals without begging, without pushing. Yes, we work hard to serve our clients, Bill. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the interactivity of what this might look like. And you know I'm kind of playful in my nature. So let's go ahead and play a little bit here. Welcome back. So you just witnessed the big picture, the entire VIPS process in action. As I promised, we will now break it down into its individual parts. But first, a little review question to make sure you know where you are in the process. We've gone into great depth with the V part of the VIPS process. I've explained it to you and you've watched it. Just to make sure you are paying attention, what does the V in the VIPS process stand for? Pick one of the following. Well, I think he said it was the value ladder. Not sure. Nice try, but wrong. I know you were paying attention. You just need to be reminded. Please, try again. What does the V in the VIPS process stand for? Must be variable value then. Now, I'm a little surprised you picked this answer because I have no idea what this is. I guess value can vary, but it's not what I have in mind. How about trying again? What does the V in the VIPS process stand for? Bingo, that's correct. You were paying attention. Now, before we move to the second step, so there you get a sense of the interactivity here. You can take notes here that stay with the lessons and also collect in another place. We have a little bit of quizzes on the back end so that you can see how you're doing and what you're remembering. So let me go through a little bit of this particular course. We're talking about the fears and concerns. We're talking about the value discussion and checking in with our clients. We've found that the single most significant aspect of getting referrals is the check-in with your clients. So let me share with you the results of a study done by Julie Littlechild of Advisor Impact. 40% of clients that were in this study that were asked for referrals gave referrals because the advisor or the agent asked for them, which is actually a pretty good number. 71% of the people who gave referrals because they were asked for feedback. They were asked for input about the meeting, about the process, about the relationship. That's why we devote so much energy and discussion around the VIPS process and the value, asking for referrals without pushing, using LinkedIn to identify prospects, a formula for when to ask for referrals, and how to deal with referral objections so you don't fear them. You can't always change someone's mind about giving you referrals, but you can certainly not fear them because you know where to go with it and you know how to back off with confidence. And then we have some really fun, engaging role play situations around this. And then just to get into the next course about how to obtain the personal introduction. We have a simple, very effective 5-step process to turn a referral into an introduction, getting introduced with email, contacting your new referral prospects, and how you contact the referral prospects different than how you contact a different kind of prospect, and receiving referrals properly, and another role play opportunity there as well. So short 5 to 8 minute lessons. We're adding a course, getting referrals without asking. That will be done in several months. You'll tap into that, and there's so much else to tap into. As I mentioned, we have a lot of role play and demonstrations. We have a lot of audio. I'm continually interviewing professionals who are doing well with referrals and personal introductions, and I'm posting 20-minute quick snippets into what's working out there. What are people doing that's actually working? Also interviewing some other thought leaders and experts. For managers and leaders on the call, we do have a section, a course for managers and leaders to how to build a referral culture. If you're an individual advisor and agent, you might want to let your manager know about this. And then we have a lot of fun referral fitness video, very concentrated 1-minute tips, having a little fun and giving you an idea to keep the whole message alive, and of course the Talk to Bill feature that I mentioned. So that's a little glimpse behind the scene. Now I want to go back and talk a couple more things, and then we'll take some questions if there are any. We know that education isn't for learning, right? It's not the sake of learning. It's for changing our behavior, our actions, which will produce better results. So here's an example. Alan Dool, it's a little long, bear with me. I've been using Kate's method consistently. This month, because of that, I had a great referral week. I received four new call-in referrals. I will get your phone ringing with this system. Just from using the process, I've been able to meet with 3 of them so far, and from those initial meetings, I estimate there is potential for more new business than I did in the first 6 months of last year, and the 4th couple I'm meeting with next week. So asking for referrals doesn't always yield referrals right away, but it turns into referrals later. In this case, 4 great referrals yielding a high level of business. So here's what you get in the Referral Coach Academy. Short, interactive lessons with coaching all along the way. Audio interviews, as I mentioned, money-back guarantee. We want you to be happy. You can cancel this anytime you want. Scripts, more scripts, so you find your own words. The Talk to Bill feature, a 60 to 9-day plan of how you put this into action. Great to do with someone else. You can go through this together, or you can do the learning separate and then come together to practice and accountable and hold each other accountable and celebrate, et cetera, and more content being added regularly. So here's the deal, if you will. You knew this was coming. All the courses in the Academy and the Academy membership, for folks on this call, you'll save $200. That means for a limited time only, for the first 100 people, only $97 to get in on this. That covers the first month of starting to engage in the courses and the lessons, and then only $19 a month after that. And again, cancel anytime. This is kind of a no-brainer, right? When you did that little math about what a new client is worth to you, and all you got to do is just be a little bit more proactive, and you don't have to implement the entire system. Just pieces of it will start to make this work for you. Referral Scripts book is included now, right? We sell this on our website for $197, but it's yours for free as you sign up as part of this offer. And you also get to send a Ginsu knife. No, knife. Sorry about that. So here's all you got to do. You got to go to referralcoachacademy.com. Make sure you write that down, referralcoachacademy.com. And remember or write down the promo code. It's all caps, RCA200, RCA200. And that will deduct $200 off of the course Academy membership, get you the scripts book, and everything that's included. Oh, by the way, leaders, managers, if you're interested in a multi-seat license, just shoot me an email. Bill, tell me more. We'll get on. We'll do a little more personal tour for you. I can show you the tracking that's involved if you want to keep track of folks through the course, etc. Joe Winslow, I've been using your system for at least 10 years. I'm leading my firm in production, and it's all through referrals from clients. Just the other day I told a client, it's my mission to reach out to those who have not done this important work. My client immediately opened up and arranged for 4 introductions to high-level people. Your approach is simple and effective. So when you go to Referral Coach Academy, this is what the page looks like, and all you have to do is hit the Join Now button, and when you do that, then there'll be an opportunity to enroll. There'll be another button that says Enroll, and then make sure you insert the promo code RCA200 to save the $200 and to get the scripts book. I'm not seeing any questions coming in, so let me ask you, do you have any questions around this? I have recorded this. If you want to get a recording of this to show to other people, let me know. I'll be happy to send you a link to that. Any questions coming in, just type them in the section there. So, one of the questions that comes in is how long does it take to do this? Well, I recommend that you commit to about 2 to 3 months for sure. So, very, very affordable. And that'll give you enough time to go through all the chapters, all the lessons at least one time. And I do recommend you go through them all and then take some action and then go through a second time, because you missed stuff the first time. As you start to take action and then you start to get a little coaching from me, when you look at it a second time, you see things you didn't see before. And so now some people are staying on a lot longer, of course, because they like the value we keep bringing. They like having me there to coach them. They're sharing it with someone else who just joined their firm, and then they're getting their referral buddy going and all that. But certainly it's up to you. You can certainly cancel anytime you want. So I see no questions coming in. Here's the offer again. Just go to referralcoachacademy.com, promo code $200. Kind of a no-brainer when you think about the upside, the potential for what you can do very, very easily. So I appreciate you joining me here. If you have any questions directly for me, Bill Cates at referralcoach.com, Bill Cates at referralcoach.com. Happy to help in any possible way. Thank you so much for being with us today.